Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for February 14th on Wednesday. So in this one we have 5 really good picks for you guys to consider. Like last video, when every single pick we gave out hit. Porzingis unfortunately didn't play, but we went 4 for 4 last video. And this is why you guys joined up in the private Discord. You can see Cash God here. His first day in the private Discord hit a massive slip with our picks. You can see he turned 100 into 650 on this slip from the 5+ cappers that we have in the Discord. Also hit some parlays over on DraftKings, it looks like. I hit 2 3-for-3 slips from picks in the private Discord over here. You can also see parlay hit a bunch over the past couple of days, so definitely get over there, check it out. Less than $1 per day on the monthly plan. You can see the people absolutely getting cashed out here. I know a lot of you guys who watch YouTube videos are in the Discord, so definitely get over there. See, people are hitting 6-for-6 slips on their first day in the private Discord. Definitely going to be worth that, less than $1 per day, so definitely check that out. Now let's get into this video. For this one, the first pick I'm going to go to is going to be Trae Young over on the points of 23.5. This is just a line that he's hit a lot this year. Gets a great matchup here versus Charlotte, and also I think there is a little recency bias with this one that they're taking into account a little too strongly here. If we take a look at Trae Young over on Outlier, we could see that he's hit this one so far 61% of the time. A slow start for Trae Young. His first 7 games, he only hit this one time, but since then has been hitting this a ton. The recency bias I'm talking about here is the last 2 games, 19 and 18 points. They were both in Hawks wins here where Trae didn't have to do a ton, and also they were completely taking Trae away and double teaming him. I watched parts of both these games. They have very good defending guards on Chicago, and Houston was throwing Holiday at him, who had played against him before, and Houston has some strong defenders as well, like Dylan Brooks they were throwing at him. So Trae Young, I think a great matchup here. You know, he's going to get Trey Mann and that other rookie Micic probably for this game. Just dream matchup here for Trae Young. I think he has a massive game. Just last week we were taking this line at 26.5, and it was hitting. You could see this stretch of games just a couple weeks ago, 30 points, 30, 26, 32, 35. So definitely a good one for Trae Young on this line, liking it at 23.5 in just a great matchup. So we're going to go to that one, and then we're going to go to another Trae, the guy that's going to be guarding him and is not a strong defender, Trey Mann here. We're going to go to over on his points, though, and he's going to be seeing Trey Mann on the other end, so I think he can take advantage of that. He's been playing a lot since the trade to Charlotte. He's their starting point guard. He's basically been doing it all for this team, and finally got the massive minutes last game. I think he's going to see that again in this one and have his best scoring output so far with the Hornets. So for Trey Mann, looking at this one on Outlier, which does have that 7-day free trial, again, we could see the points. He's only hit this, one time on the season, but was basically not playing at all for OKC. 3 games with Charlotte, he's gotten 11 points, 9 points, and 11, but these first 2 games, he played 17 minutes, then 27. Last game played nearly 34 minutes. Atlanta is now last in the league in points allowed at almost 124. And against point guards, you could filter by that on Outlier. They are also last in the league defending point guards because Trae Young is such a poor defender here. So Trey Mann in an absolutely great spot here. Has just been seeing the minutes go consistently up. And, in that first game, in 17 minutes, did have 11, and then 9 in 27 minutes, and then only 11 in that last game. But I think he's going to be more aggressive. Great matchup in this one. You can see the field goal attempts last 2 games, 11 and 11. So really liking how many shots is he going to get up, and he's been distributing a lot as well. But I think in this one, he can take advantage of his matchup, take more shots than this, and get that 12 that he's been flirting with, 11, 9, and 11. Really liking this spot as well for Trae Young, for Trey Mann and Trae Young. So going with these guys head-to-head against each other for the first 2 picks. Then for the third pick, we're going to come over to OddsJam, which is a tool that has a 7-day free trial. Also, with using our link, you can get 25% off of OddsJam And one of their top picks here is Deni Advia under the points plus rebound at 22.5. Definitely a high line here for Advia. He's been playing a lot better as of late, but basically how OddsJam works is they take sites like Player Props and whatever these lines are and compare them to other sports books. So we're on the Prize Picks tab. All these other sites, DraftKings, Caesars, MGM, Bovada, Fliff, have this one at 21.5 to go under, even minus 120 on Fliff at 21.5. So at 22.5, getting some pretty good savings here. This is how you find the top value picks with OddsJam. So definitely check them out. We're going to go with this one. Obviously, last video they didn't let us down with OddsJam, and I think the past 3 videos they haven't let us down with NBA on OddsJam. So definitely liking their top pick here. Definitely check them out for that free trial. We can go ahead and lock in Advia on the under of 22.5 points plus the rebounds. Also, we can check this one out over on Outlier. So they have it at 21.5 like all those other sites. And the over is just 36% of the time this season. Again, we got that recency bias. He's hit this in 5 of his last 6, but we got to take the alternate line at 22.5. This drops down to 30% of the time. Advia has been hitting this as of late. Pretty good matchup versus Dallas, and then Philadelphia has turned into a good matchup. He's been getting a couple good matchups as of late. I think the Pelicans is going to be a tougher one as well, so going to be taking the under for Advia on this one of the points plus rebounds from OddsJam. Definitely check them out. Now let's get into the next pick here. We're going to be going to DeMar DeRozan, who has been incredible as of late. We're going to go to the points plus the rebounds. I do like the straight points, but I think at 3.5 rebounds, I also am liking that one. And I think he has the potential to go well over 3.5 as well, but on the points too. So going to go to the combo here, and it's at 25.5. So basically can get there either way, but I think he could be in line for a 5-6 rebound game in this one and more than 22 points. So I like the combination here. It's also just a line you'll see in a second. He's hit more this season. So if you look at DeRozan on the points plus rebounds of 25.5, something he's hit in 58% of games so far this year. If we go to just the points, he's only hit this 48%, but I do like the points also, but more so like the points plus the rebounds here. And you can see DeRozan has hit this over in his last 5 games, but he's actually hit this over in 9 of his last 10 games. If we look at the last 10, he's hit this in 9 of last 10 games. Absolutely been smashing this. I've been talking about recency bias in this video, but 9 out of 10 is just a little too damning of evidence here. So going to DeRozan here, even in an extremely tough matchup against Cleveland, Chicago has been keeping their games close. So while there's blowout risk in this game, I do think Chicago can keep this one close, and DeRozan can hit this like he's been hitting it basically every game in his last 10. So I'm going to go to that. If we look at the Chicago Bulls, you can see that they haven't lost by more than 11 in every game here, just scrolling down until we actually come to the last game they played against the Cavaliers, but that goes all the way back to January 15th, and that's where they had Zach LaVine. They've just been playing so much better without Zach LaVine. It's honestly like a whole new team, and with Ayo Dosunmu playing a lot better as well. They're just a much better team, honestly, without him, which is kind of weird, but that has been the case. Another thing you can do on Outlier is we saw that DeMar DeRozan's hit this in 58% of games, but you can also just look at games he's played without Zach LaVine. He's hit this in 79% of the games so far this year without Zach LaVine. So, if this one doesn't blow out, which hopefully it won't because the Bulls have been avoiding those as of late, I think this is a great pick for DeMar DeRozan. So we're going to go to that one. And then for the next pick, we're going to go to a guy that's been scoring extremely well as of late, and that's Josh Green. He's looked really good. We're going to take the over on him of 9.5 points against San Antonio. Going to be a fast-paced game where Josh Green can get up and down, get his transition buckets. He's been scoring at a pretty good clip, and I like him in this matchup. So we can see what he's been doing as of late. Just come over to Outlier again over here and look up his stats. Outlier, is just something I use every single day for player props and just to look up anything before I lock it in, honestly. So definitely check them out. They do have that 7-day free trial if you use the link below. So we can see on the season, he's hit this in 49% of games, but again, as of late, he's hit this in 8 of his last 10 games, and I do think a 10-game sample size is pretty good. Didn't hit it in this second to last game when it was a 30-point blowout win, maybe even 35, a 35-point blowout win. So Josh Green didn't have to do that much in that game and just played 27 minutes. But you could see in these last 10 games, he's played 29 or more minutes in all the last 10 games besides that blowout. He's been hitting this line a lot. So we can come up here and look at him on the season when he plays at least 29 minutes. You can see he's hit this in 70% of games. So another great one that we like here a lot for Josh Green, going to him in this one. And then you can also see it is possible that Luka doesn't play in this game. He's a game time decision. So we can look at Josh Green games without Luka. And he's hit this in 5 of 7 games this season without Luka as well. So Green, another guy I think's in a great spot, going to go to him in this one. Definitely get in the private Discord here. I know a ton of you guys who watch the videos are in here. Cooked up some 3-for-3 slips with picks from the 5+ cappers in the Discord. Hit 2 of them tonight. Another capper over here. Parlay has been hitting a ton of slips over the past couple of days. We also just had Darth Glide post in the VIP chat. Second day in here, feeling the love. Hit 6 slips it looks like today. Plus we saw Cash God over here hit a massive $100 to win $650 plus some other parlays. So definitely get over here. Less than $1 per day. Check it out. It'll be the pinned comment, also the top of the description. Also check out the last video here. You can see how we came up with all those picks that hit from yesterday's video. Went 4 for 4 in that one. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in another one.